I'm going to tie you up and rape your family if you don't fix something. I'm going to kill you in your sleep. I hope you die in a fire, and then you burn in another fire in the depths of hell, you stupid faggot. If any of these phrases didn't at least make you go, what the fuck? I don't know what to say about you. I guess you have mental issues. But this is kind of the same shit you're going to be hearing probably for the next week or two. Or actually, no, you'll be hearing it 24/7 because that seems to be the theme of the month going on. Actually, it's the fucking theme of every day when it comes to gamers right now. Because everywhere from Call of Duty to the fighting game community to to anything that even is an online game or competitive play, you're going to be hearing this kind of shit. Even down to little minuscule balance patch notes. What does this have to do with anything? Well, it has to do with everything if you're a gamer. Because, for one, it's just plain fucking rude. And two, well, no doubt you've heard about Phil Fish quitting the business and canceling Fez 2 for anyone who likes Fez 2. Actually, if anyone likes Fez, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's the topic of this Mystery Chess Theater. No fanfare or anything appropriate, no co-commentators with me, unfortunately. It's just going to be me, you, and random insults at the beginning of this video. So, where do I begin? Yeah, gamers, grow the fuck up. That's putting it simply. Seriously, for anyone who had a extreme hissy fit and or issue during the Call of Duty balance patch update where they tweaked milliseconds, I might want to, stress that, milliseconds, on several multiplayer weapons, and then sent very angry and slightly psychotic emails of violence, rape, and torture towards the developers who did the patches on those weapons. Guys, you got some fucking mental issues. You're fucking threatening violence against the developer of your favorite game, by the way, for milliseconds of change to weapons in Call of Duty. Which, by the way, all the weapons in Call of Duty are the same, so you have a variety to choose from. But that's beside the point. The point is that you have just lashed out, threatened violence on the man and his family and or loved ones, and for what? Really, what? What did this accomplish? What did threatening the Call of Duty developers' family with rape, torture, and killing if they don't fix the DSR, what did that accomplish? I would love to know this, because I don't know, maybe I'm just not crazy enough, maybe I don't drink the spiked Kool-Aid like you do. I would like to know what went through your head. Please, if you were one of these people, I would love to know what you were thinking and why you thought that was an appropriate response. Because if I can understand what you're thinking, I might be able to sympathize. Actually, no, I'm lying. I wouldn't be able to sympathize because that's just batshit stupid. You don't go to people and threaten them with rape, violence, and torture over milliseconds in a video game. I want all of you. Even the people who didn't do this. Even though I know you probably won't because it's very stupid. But, seriously, if you want to challenge yourself, do this. Look in the mirror. Look yourself straight in the eye in that mirror. And I want you to say, tell that person in the mirror that you're going to rape, torture, and kill their family and loved ones. if they don't fix the DSR in Call of Duty. Go on, I do it. I'll wait. You can pause the video. I'll be here all day. Are you done? Okay. Do you feel stupid, mortified, scared at yourself, or moderately horrified saying that to yourself, or the mirror reflection of yourself? If you didn't feel, if you felt anything other than those, hell, even just laughing at yourself because of how stupid it is, if you didn't feel anything doing that, in fact, if you enjoyed it, or thought it was, par for the course, you got some fucking mental issues. I suggest you go see a psychiatrist and have them help you reevaluate your lives. And, just kind of find the priorities that are more important than sending death threats to game developers and their families over milliseconds of change in a video game. But enough of that. I'm just repeating myself ad hominem, or something like that. I'm saying fancy words without context. So, anyways, though Activision and the Call of Duty devs do get some very awesome respect points for me. Not that it really matters, but they do get some respect because I don't really like Call of Duty and everything about it. But that's just an entirely different story. But I gotta respect them in the fact that they actually called out people on this. Specifically the community manager at Activision came in and said, "What the hell's wrong with you people? This is, when people see this kind of shit, what are they going to think of Call of Duty?" Well, I can tell you what they think of Call of Duty even before he offers that question up and before this event. People think Call of Duty is a variety of things, from a bland FPS to the generic one-year cash-in cow for Activision. But aside from that, people who are not into gaming, like, Fox News and other shit like that, even the media in general, think Call of Duty are murder simulators that breed killers that kill elementary schoolers because of how aggressive and mean and angry people get in those games, and how they are somehow linked whenever a shooting goes down in any place whatsoever. People, the non-gaming public, at least the stupid variety, consider games and gamers, especially ones who play Call of Duty and other first-person shooters, to be complete psychotic, bane of existence, scum of the universe people. And when they see shit like this, where they're sending death threats to developers of their beloved game over an insignificant amount of milliseconds to a weapon, what would you think? Honestly, would anyone think, man, they're totally correct? That guy should definitely have his family fucking raped and killed. How dare they balance a game and change a weapon by milliseconds? That's just unspeakable, horrific. They deserve to be tried and punished like murderers and thieves. No, I don't think anyone's thinking like that. I'm sure they're thinking about the people who said that, though. I'm pretty sure these people have either completely forgotten, or they just didn't read the news where, oh hey, a League of Legends player is in fucking jail right now for 8-9 months now for saying similar shit like that. Except it was about elementary school kids, and it just happened to be in that exact bad time frame when Sandy Hook happened. So, just a bit of perspective there that, hey, if you're going to be sending death threats to developers, given that a League of Legends player who said something just as stupid, who's now in jail for 9 months because of something he said, you might want to consider, I don't know, retooling your speech? Think about what you're going to say first? Take a communications class, maybe? Or maybe you do want to go to jail if a dev or somebody is going to say, you know what, I'm sick of this shit. This guy just made a threat of violence and rape and statutory rape or whatever to my family and loved ones. I got 2 daughters and my wife, and he's gonna tie them up. This guy that I don't even know who plays my game is gonna rape and kill them? I think I better get the police on this shit. But yeah, it's stupid. So there's that, and then there is Phil Fish quitting over. I'm assuming similar reasons, or after an altercation with a gaming journalist in quotation marks. That apparently ended up with him saying, "Fuck this, I'm leaving gaming. Fez 2 is canceled. Suck my dick." That's not an actual quote. That's just me guessing. Most of it. But yeah, Phil Fish has quit the gaming industry, at least for now. This, if I'm counting correctly, his 3rd time doing a similar lash out over bullshit like this. I don't particularly like Phil Fish. I'll just point that out right now. But I don't hate him to the point where I would throw threats of violence. Hell, unless you literally actually killed something, killed a friend, a family, even or a fucking pet of mine or something, that's when I start throwing threats of violence at you. If you decide to pull that on, if you did that. But if you're just a righteous jackass and an asshole overall, kind of like how Phil Fish is, yeah, I hate you, but I ain't gonna wish violence on you. Now I'm pretty sure at this point people are just gonna completely ignore anything I say just because I said I hate Phil Fish, and I don't like his attitude. I don't like his demeanor towards his fans or anyone who has criticisms or differing opinions on him or whatever. I mean, I think he deserves every bit of hate that people give him. I don't think he deserves all the extreme hate, if he's gotten any, that's on par with the Call of Duty developers getting death threats. I mean, seriously, you're throwing death threats at Phil Fish? No, I'm sorry. That's stupid. I mean, Fez is a good game in all its rights. I don't think it's the second coming of Jesus, but everyone has their opinion about the game. I can feel the pain and suffering from people who were anticipating the sequel, and I'm sorry for that. Gotta stop that. But yeah, Phil Fish going, that's a bit of a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. On one end, he's leaving gaming, which means that's one less jackass to spout bullshit around like Cliffy B and whatever. And it's also good for him because he gets to leave this insane asylum of bullshit. On the other hand, that means there's no Fez 2. That means there's probably never going to be any other new games that might be interesting, new, or whatever from Phil. For those that, care. And there's also the fact that, hey, the gaming community, if you can even call it that right now, has once again shoved its foot into its own mouth and proceeded to look like complete dumbasses. Yeah. So, that's pretty bad. The point of all this is, God, Main Event could totally explain this much better than I would. I'm pretty sure he will in an upcoming video or so. Mad plug there. Haha. It's... Jeez, how do I put this? What the fuck's wrong with you people? Seriously. It's a goddamn game. Whether you're in the fighting game community, and Event's been through this again, being complete jackasses of yourself, sexism, whatever, sending death threats to other players, developers over a game. I mean, I ask this question again. What's going through your mind? What is going through your mind to say those things? Is it just, uncontrollable rage? If that's the case, I suggest you get help. Yeah, I have rage sometimes too, but I've never gotten to the point where I threaten violence and death upon somebody. I mean, fuck. Even the people saying this kind of shit, I think they're the stupidest people on earth. Do I wish they didn't exist? Yeah, the world would be a better place. I don't wish harm on them. Maybe they can have themselves like a little island where they can rage at each other. Hell if I know. You guys are fucking being complete idiots of yourself, and you're making everybody look bad. Yeah, there's many people in the fucking world, and there's a lot of gamers in the world, but unfortunately, humans have this little character flaw that negative shit constantly is heavier and outweighs the good shit in life. Because for every great story where gaming is helping cancer survivors, a gaming charity donates $1 million fucking dollars to like a terminally ill child hospital, where the Wii helps physically disabled people get their physicality back, where they can walk again and move and feel. I mean, for every story that's like that brings gaming into a shining bright light of, holy shit, this is awesome, there's this where you see a game developer rage quit the industry because people are being complete asstards. Or a game developer having to call out its own fan base saying, hey, what the fuck is wrong with you with the death threats? You're sending threats of rape and death towards our employees for something that is insignificant in the grand scheme of everything. And when that shit happens, all that good stuff on the other side here, all the good stuff in gaming that makes gaming look awesome and just fucking balls fun and great, suddenly is irrelevant because people are acting like assholes and humans focus on the negative whenever shit like this happens. Why do you think that the news never, ever, rarely, once in a blue fucking moon, during the spring equinox, on a hurricane, with fucking Don Knotts on a surfboard with a pooch behind him, reports a good story about gaming? You don't. That rarely fucking happens. But I tell you what does happen more constantly than that. Mass killer at an elementary school linked to video games. Video games cause violence. Video games cause children to be more aggressive. Video games are a bigger threat than guns or terrorists or something like that. Video games do something negative here. Video games could cause cancer. Video games are the devil. Are you getting the picture here yet? There is just no excuse to be this fucking hostile and stupid over games towards people in the game industry. Yeah, you may hate people like Phil Fish because they're righteous jackasses, but that doesn't mean you can go and say you want to kill their pet dog or their family or them, or tell them to kill themselves. Really? Is killing like all you people can think of? Because if that's how you're going to settle your altercations or your disagreements or arguments with people you are not particularly fond of, then you're proving all the negative things about video games right. You're proving to Fox News and religious leaders and soccer moms and everyone else who do not actually play video games, who see it from an outside view from someone else, like, again, Fox News or some other news media outlet, reporting the negative shit to them. And they see gaming as a cancer, as a thing that is ruining our society. And you're proving them right by being these rage-fueled, psychotic-looking, egotistical fucking assholes. I really can't figure out a way to really point this out to everybody, because that's what it is. People sending death threats. I'm going to tie you up and rape your family if you don't fix the DSR. What does that tell you about that person? He's fucking crazy. So, I know this is going to be hard for most of you who are these people. If you haven't already spammed the comment page with similar comments of that nature, telling me to go kill myself, or I'm the worst thing in gaming, or I should go, cut off my limbs and sell myself off as a fucking prostitute or something like that. I don't know. Whatever your deranged mind can think of. Because, oh god, I just called you out. I just called you out on your bullshit because you're raging on fucking video games. Ha ha. Seriously. I could show you right now. In fact, it's a funny thing. Gamers that are throwing these sorts of violence at the developers, they're not the only ones. Just about like a day or two ago, if anyone ever follows me on Twitter, I was posting up shit about the Phil Fish leaving too. Of course, I didn't really give a fuck because I don't like Phil Fish. Then all of a sudden, a indie developer that I don't know what game they made or haven't made yet, but an indie developer decided to ask me the simple question of, have I considered suicide? No, I'm afraid I haven't. What's that studio called again? Something XL. I don't know. I can look that up and probably paste edit it on the window, but I'm not going to, because I'm pretty sure someone could probably look that up on my Twitter feed. But anyways, yeah, gamers, not the only ones being batshit stupid, as that's proof right there. Developers can be just as stupid as well. In fact, I find that funny. An indie dev told me essentially to kill myself over my dislike over Phil Fish. That makes you just as bad as these people. I'm sorry to say. Really. It's just stupid. People are going to hate stuff. It's unfortunately a natural flaw of humans. People are going to fucking hate shit. They're going to hate Phil Fish. They're going to hate me. They're going to hate that person over there. They're going to hate this guy over here, that woman over there. They're going to hate this game. They're going to hate that game. They're going to hate... There's hate everywhere. And there's so little love. It's a challenge. I can guarantee you this, because I struggle with it every day. I'm trying not to be as hate-tastic, but it's that is just the sad thing. Hate is so ingrained into us at this point in time, it's almost impossible not to hate something, because it's irritating, annoying. It doesn't set with your values, your morals, your whatever. It's it's kind of a bad thing. I'll be honest here. And I am no better for it. I ain't gonna deny that. I mean, I would love to love Phil Fish. I mean, Fez does look like a pretty fun game, whether it does anything new for indies or not. That's irrelevant when fun comes into play, and it does look fun. I haven't played it, unfortunately, because I refuse to. I don't like Phil Fish enough to actually pay him money for his game. And, that's just me. That's my opinion. You can hate me for it, but what's it going to do you? It's not going to do you anything. Hate me all you want, but it ain't going to change a thing. Much like me hating Phil Fish probably isn't going to change anything else. I could love Phil Fish all I wanted to as well. I'd be disappointed about Fez 2 as well, and him leaving. But, yeah. So, moral of the story here is, can we try to actually fit that community standard, the actual definition of community, where we help each other out, and if we have a disagreement, we work it out. We don't send threats of violence to each other. I mean, come on. These are video games. This isn't life or death. As, some people are trying to make it out to be. Milliseconds on a reload time for a gun in a multiplayer generic shooter is not life or death. Unless you losing or this change is going to significantly alter your well-being, health, and otherwise entire life, where it might kill you, yeah, you can start stressing out and sending death threats. Maybe. Possibly. Like I said, I may hate a lot of things, but I would never wish death upon them, unless they actually killed something dear to me. And that's when I'll start throwing threats of violence, because that's when it's on. So, I keep trailing off. I hate doing that. I'm so sorry. So, can we agree here, at least, that this shit's kind of it is out of line. This shit's out of line, and it needs to change. Gaming needs to not look like the fucking Antichrist to people who are not gamers. And it just needs to stop. These are video games. We're supposed to be having fun, not tearing each other's eyes out. I mean, it's a lot less stressful when you can enjoy a game and when you play it, people are not throwing threats down you or telling you you're a faggot or a cocksucker or some other derogatory term while you're, doing your best playing the game and winning or losing. There's just no need for that. It's a fucking game. And if patch notes get taken down, if patch notes happen and you don't like them, you can show your dislike for them without resorting to threats of violence or calling or name calling or being a general jackass. It could be. Let me give you an example. It's like, dear Call of Duty developers, I noticed in your patch that you have adjusted the time frame for the DSR on the reload, and I feel this doesn't work well with the DSR. It's a weapon that really needs the time frame that it had, the reload time that it had before you adjusted it, because for XYZ reasons. And it's like, please consider this, from a devoted fan of your game. I love what you do. Keep up the good work, but you really should just adjust the time back to the way it was. Thank you, and have a good day. Simple like that. Hey, I don't like what you did here for XYZ reasons. I love your game, play it every day. I hope you take my feedback into consideration for a future patch, and, wish them a good day. These guys are making your favorite game. prepared games. And you just royally shot down their throat. I mean, do you think they want to make games for you anymore at that point? Well, they do if they want to make a living, but would you want to make games for someone who told you to, said all that shit you did? I know I wouldn't. I've gone on enough. I've gone on long enough here. Anyways, really, give it some thought. And if you decide to throw threats of violence my way in the comments section, you're just proving me right. Really, you're proving me, and you're proving all the people who say video games are the devil and bad. You're proving them right. And what happens when everyone believes that video games are bad? Shit gets banned. And when games get banned, well, guess what you don't get to do anymore. That's Mr. Chaz Theater. I'm ChazDragoon. And for the love of God, people, please, show some respect and manners. This affects everybody.